Hey guys, Uncle Bob here, back once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing the comparison between the Marvel Legends Deadpool and Wolverine figure versus the Z Toys Deadpool and Wolverine figure. Now the Z Toys one came out before the Marvel Legends one. Not sure exactly, but yeah, it's quite a few months ago. I believe because I'm in the UK in England, and the Marvel Legends was I think out. I think that was out sometime a few months after the Z Toys one. I got the Z Toys one a few months back, and yeah, I didn't actually intend to get the Z Toys one because I actually just wanted the Marvel Legends one. But the Marvel Legends one was delayed over here till January, so I ended up getting the Z Toys one, and then I recently just picked up the Marvel Legends one as it's just been literally released not long ago, a few weeks ago. So yeah, now I've ended up with both unexpectedly, but now that I have ended up with both, I am going to do the comparison video. So yeah, and they look quite similar actually when I've been looking at the figures. Yeah, a lot of similarities. I think one might just edge it, but it's a case of sort of when it's like this, sort of some things might be better on one figure than the other, and then the other way around. So it's a case of probably some things are going to be better on one figure and than they are on the other, and vice versa. Yeah, I mean they look fairly similar, but let's go through some of the stuff. So first of all, the actual boxes. The Marvel Legends box is not too bad, I'd say. I mean, it's not spectacular, but Marvel Legends boxes are all pretty much the same. Get all that. See Marvel Deadpool, Wolverine, and then sort of like a sort of a cartoony, rainbowy, sort of cartoony at the back in there, which looks alright, I guess. Got an image of Deadpool there on the side. Another image there. It says Deadpool, the Marvel Legends. We've got all the info there. The Marvel Legends Deadpool, obviously, nice image there. Yeah, fairly cool box. And then we go to the Z Toys one, which actually is a fairly nice box, actually. So we've got, there, the cool cover, or the front of it, with Deadpool there, Marvel Legends there on the side. And another cool one there where he's just like laying down, which looks quite cool. Deadpool Wolverine on there, on the top, on the bottom, the back. There's a few like sort of poses in there, but I think this is a really good box because it the front of it opens up, so it's sort of like a cool box. Where some of the boxes sometimes once you open them, they're sort of they can get damaged when you sort of open them, and they're not really, they go a bit flat, and sometimes, as this is sort of like quite a nice box, it sort of does itself back up, so when you close it down, it sort of like, closes down, it's sort of more of like a storage sort of box, where you can sort of either keep the Deadpool figure in, or store, figure accessories and other bits in there, so it sort of quite stays quite nice. It's where these boxes all get over time they sort of get flat and yeah, they sort of get damaged and sort of they just get, you know, end up in a pile of boxes and they just, yeah. But it was with this, it will stay nice. It's quite solid. Yeah, and it's a nice box. Actually, on this one, I think I'm going to give it to the Z Toys and say I think their box is better. So yeah. So now let's actually look at the actual figures now. We'll do the Marvel Legends first. How it actually looks. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking figure. I think the colour is accurate. It's like the movie, sort of a sort of a more sort of, I guess, mid-range red colour like it is in the movie, because the first couple of Deadpool movies it was quite dark, as was the Deadpool Wolverine one is not sort of more brighter red. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, and it's sort of painted. Obviously, it's red and black, but it's painted as if it's sort of like the costume is sort of like, I don't know if you can see that, but the sort of detail in the costume, it's sort of painted as if it is plastic, but it's sort of kind of painted. They've done it so it sort of appears to be material, because obviously the actual suit is material, but they've done it in a way it sort of appears to be sort of material like. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, and it's painted really well. Marvel Legends Deadpool, because they've got all the colours and details right in there with the gold sort of bits, sort of where the straps and parts of the suit are. There's also like the detail is in there as well. Yeah, it's painted on the hands, which is pretty cool. Painted nicely there in the detail. Back of the suit, painted well on the chest. Back you can't really see much because the sheaths are in the way, but you can see the red and black sections there. Then we come into the belt. The belt looks kind of cool. You can see that there. Pretty nice. And obviously the little pockets. Just call them pockets. We keep like, I guess these like sort of magazine cartridges, bits and pieces. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Nicely painted there. And then on the legs, nicely painted there with the detail again. Nicely painted there. Legs painted quite well, the detail. Yeah, so it's quite a nice looking figure. Now, coming on to the Z Toys one, this I thought, when I first got this, I thought this was quite painted quite nicely as well. You know, it's got it, as I said again, similar to the Marvel Legends one, where it's sort of painted as if it appears to be a costume. You know, it's supposed to be material, like painted, rather than it being just plastic, which is really cool. Although I will say that the also they're painted red and black, but the sort of the other bits of finer detail that are not painted, they're sort of painted gold there. You see those bits, but as whether it's got the gold, more detail on the Marvel Legends one. As here, it's sort of like, I guess you could go, it's a piss poor job of painting it. You know, it's not. They've sort of painted it sort of quite quick and not and just sort of like a rush job. They're sort of not for, I would just paint like that, but wouldn't they've got to put like sort of all of the paint work on. I just thought, you know, I will leave it like that, or I don't know. Yeah, it's just not great. I think the red, you know, the red paint and the black is totally fine, but it's the extra details that they've sort of missed. Like, again, you can see on the black straps, they painted the gold there, and that's just, they haven't painted that on there, which is not great. You know, it's just like half-hearted job. They've not painted fully. You know, if they're done real on the The actual suit, painted that okay, but the extras, they've not painted very well. And I think the colour is lighter. I think the Marvel Legends is more accurate. I think this is more of a brighter yellow, a brighter red, which I don't think, because when I first got this, I thought that was accurate, but actually I think the Marvel Legends one is more accurate. I think it's light, but I think the Z Toys one is too light. Yeah, so it's painted okay, but it's not 100%. It's like they've sort of started and not finished, sort of, yeah, or just like just not, yeah, just a really bad job of not finishing it off. Just doing most of it, but then just not putting the proper detail on. I mean, I don't know if that was a genuine mistake or if it's just like a half-hearted job, where they've just not properly painted it. But yeah, I think that some details are there, but it's just like paint job that's not great. So I'm going to give it the paint job, and I think the way the figure actually looks, I think I'm going to give it 2 Marvel Legends. So Z Toys wins on the box, Marvel Legends wins on paint job and the way the figure actually looks. Now we're going to go on to the articulation. I think this Z Toys one is not that bad. You can sort of move the arms quite far out from there. They obviously go up and down. You've got the joint there, and I think the hands move round, round and round. So joint there, and obviously, yeah, they move up and down. Head movement's quite cool. Back and forward, side to side, and then obviously turns around. And I think there's a bit of movement into that body as well, so you can move it sort of a bit side to side and a little bit there. Now the legs are quite, it seems to be they're quite restricted. I've seen. See that doesn't, I think, yeah, it seems to be restricted there, sort of black bit there, sort of, yeah, don't think it'd go more than that. So yeah, there's a bit of restriction on there, which is not great. Comes out a little way, but not much. Then there's another joint on there, and then the foot as well. So I think the arms are okay, but again, a bit of restriction there with the sort of like shoulder pads. So you can't get, I don't think you can get like proper full extension. They seem to pull them out, but then it's all a bit restricted with there, and the legs are quite very restricted. Now on the Marvel Legends one, I'd say this is not too bad. The arms go quite far out. Yeah, I don't know if they're going more than that, but yeah, they go quite far out, reasonably get some nice movements out from them. Go up and down, obviously. Then there's a joint there, and the arms go around and around there as well. Same, quite similar. I guess I'd say on the arms, there's probably better movement with the Marvel Legends one than the Z Toys, because the shoulder pads seem to be stopping it from getting full length on the arms, as where this is sort of plastic is painted on, so that gives it a more, you can extend it sort of more without that restricting it, so that's good. Head moves up down. Oh yeah, I did say, so full extension on the arms go up and down, they've got joint there in the hands. Head moves up and down and side to side. I think I might say that the Z Toys head may be moving a bit more. It seems to be that this doesn't move as much, sort of like, especially side to side, it doesn't move as much, but it does move here and there. And there's, again, like the Z Toys one, you've got these sort of joint in the body area where that sort of, well, it did last time I checked, but it does actually move. Not at the moment, but that joint there does enable it to sort of, so you can get a bit of, if you was going to have him in that pose, moving a bit forward. But again, I think there might be a bit slight restriction there, but I think that's okay. I think I would say that's better on the Marvel one than the Z Toys one. Now the legs, I think again, yeah, I think on both figures there's quite a bit of restriction to the legs. I've noticed it's sort of, you can't sort of get that full extension of him, sort of like maybe doing the splits. I think it's sort of, it goes, sort of pull them out a little bit before you sort of get the sort of restriction from these, which is not great restriction from getting him into sort of any sort of high kick poses or anything like that. But they do go up and down, I think maybe more than the Z Toys one. So you can get that, and the other leg obviously does the same. And then you've got a joint in the leg as well. And then you've got sort of a bit of a joint, you've got a joint there, and there's a bit of movement in the legs. I'm going to go with articulation. I'm going to go with the Marvel Legends one because I think there's better movement on the arms, and he's sort of restricted on the movement on the arms on Z Toys, and the leg movement is way better on the Marvel Legends than the Z Toys. So on articulation, Marvel Legends wins on that. So that's, I believe, 2-1 to Marvel Legends so far. Now we're going to go on to the accessories. Now, I'm not sure if I've got all the accessories. Well, I think the accessories on both figures are quite basic. They've both got 2 guns, 2 samurai swords, and 1 knife, I believe. I don't think they've got anything more than that. So we look at guns on the Marvel Legends one first. They are just the standard issue Desert sort of Eagle type guns. It's quite straightforward, just plastic black painted guns, quite straightforward. And then you've got the katana swords as well, which do come out, but they're quite in the sheaths. Yeah, get the sort of katana swords, which you get with most Deadpool figures, pretty much all of them. And then you get the obviously the knife. You get with pretty much all the Deadpool figures in there as well. Yeah, so you get those, go in the sheaths. And then obviously with the now with the Z Toys one, there is an issue. The guns are in fact non-removable. I think there's an issue where Z Toys are not allowed to have the figures with guns. I think they're supposed to have. I think they're allowed to have the figure with guns, but I don't think they're allowed to have them in their hands or non-removable or some issue. Someone was telling me, because when I was saying about Z Toys, I was saying Z Toys is rubbish, you can't take the guns out. And someone said to me about they're not allowed to have the figures holding guns or something. I don't know, anyway. But the guns are non-removable, which is really, really terrible. And they're stuck on the in the holsters on the guns, whereas the one in Marvel Legends, you can actually take those out and have them on display. So yeah, that's not right. The swords, however, are removable, so you can have them displayed in his hands. However, there's no sheaths. There's that piece there on the back, but there's no sheath, which is really strange, because you wouldn't have swords going in like that. You'd have them in a sheath. They've got them on the Marvel Legends ones, but on there they haven't. So that's another issue. So not only the guns, but no sheaths for that part of the sword, because you wouldn't have it like that, which is really strange. And also, I don't think I'm not sure, I don't think the knife comes out as well, or does it? I'm not sure if that comes out either. It's a bit strange. And why you see the guns in his hand is because I gave, because I wanted him to be displayed holding guns, I gave my figure Fig Arts guns and managed to get them in his hands, because obviously the guns are non-removable. But I'm going to say that the weapons are better on the Marvel Legends because you can remove the guns, display them with those, and also it's got sheaths when the Z Toys one hasn't. So again, Marvel Legends wins. So I believe that's 3-1. Now, I'd say the posability is the only thing that's left to say about. You know what looks best in posabilities. I mean, to be honest, with the restrictions that the Z Toys one has, mainly being the guns. So you know, I mean, if I hadn't given him the Fig Arts guns, I mean, the only option would have been either to be standing there or holding the swords, and you can't have him displayed holding the guns. Get him into other poses as well, I guess. As whether the Marvel Legends, you can get him into probably a lot more poses. You can have him holding guns and swords. So I'm going to go with Marvel Legends on that. I don't think there's anything else we can say. I was thinking of at least 5 things, categories. I can't think of anything else what we could say. But I think it's fairly to say that I think Z Toys wins on boxes. But I think Marvel Legends wins overall look, weapons, articulation, and displaying. So I believe that's 4-1 to Marvel Legends. So yeah, Marvel Legends wins overall, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's just a better overall figure. So Z Toys have got a better box, I think. But I think the way Marvel Legends one looks, I think it's more accurate to the film, painted way better. I think it looks generally better. The articulation is really good. I wouldn't say perfect, but it's better when you compare it to the Z Toys one. You just get more movement on the arms and legs. And again, weapons is much better on the Marvel Legends. Guns are removable. So that's a huge advantage. The sheaths are actually there rather than the ones in Z Toys where you can't remove the guns and there's no sheaths, which is really strange. So yeah, Marvel Legends gets it on there, and then I think overall, in terms of more options to display, Marvel Legends is better because there's more ways to display it, with the mainly being the articulation. You could get more poses out of it. I think it looks better on display, and yeah, and again going back to the guns being removable, which is a huge advantage because you can display them holding the guns, get them into all sorts of poses. So yeah, I think overall, Marvel Legends takes it 4-1. So guys, that's going to be it. We got through all of that. I was really trying to think of other stuff that compare it to, but I don't think Z Toys would win. Overall, anyway, it looks like even if there's a few more categories, I think overall Marvel Legends seems to have taken it anyway. Yeah, I think the Z Toys. I think I think the Z Toys is sort of one of those figures where it's, first of all, I didn't think the Z Toys was very good. I wasn't even going to get it. But then it sort of surprised me where it looked okay. It wasn't perfect, the articulation and the weapons and stuff, but it looked okay on display. And it was one of the things that was surprised me being, better than what I thought it would be. It's by no means perfect, it's far from it, but it's one of the ones where it's better than you think it is. But when you compare it finally, to the Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends is great, and it's a great figure, it really is, and I'm pleased I eventually got it. So I would definitely recommend. I mean, if I was going to say to anyone what one to get, definitely get the Marvel Legends one. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope this video's not too long for you. But yeah, I thought I'd do the comparison and throw that out there to anyone who wants to get sort of any sort of comparison ideas. Yeah, so guys, hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, bye for now, see you soon.